Good morning, Chinmay.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Adil. Morning, Shirshak. How was the exam yesterday? It went well.
Easy, sir.
Okay.
You were able to answer all the questions.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Harsha, how was the exam yesterday?
It is easy.
It was easy.
Yes,
Good
sir.
morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Sir.
Good morning. Phoebe, how was the exam?
It was good.
It was good. Okay, fine. Boys, did you all join the nearport session? I can see only 14 participants. Now 16 are there.
Sir, I am joining the nearport.
Please join fast, okay? Now 17 I can see. And all of you please mute. Yadharth, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
All okay?
Yes.
Okay, fine. I can see 18 participants in the nearport.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Matthew. You submitted the paper late yesterday.
Yes, sir. In bio and chemistry, I didn't. I forgot to submit in the. I only put it in the physics classroom.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Did you all join the nearport session, boys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll wait for a few more students. I can see only 25. In the meantime, if you have not joined the nearport session, please log in and join. I can see only 21. Our class strength is 31.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sorry I'm late.
No
And
problem.
good morning, 9M students. Sorry for interruption.
Boys, we have few guest teachers here today. Okay. You can ignore their presence. You participate as usual, interact with your friends during the collaborative activity and all. Shall we start with the session? It's already 7:15.
Okay, sir.
Okay. You can just go to the nearport and complete the task. Let's see how many of you are able to recollect what you have learned in the previous classes. Here goes the task for you. Did you see the quiz? Start attempting it. Have you all started?
Sir, for the second. Oh, no, they gave it there. Okay.
It's there. All the questions are very clearly mentioned there.
No, sir. For the second one, I didn't see the image. It was in the side.
Image is in the site.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I finished.
Okay, we'll just wait for others also to complete. All done, boys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the topic for the day, and let me just see which was the question wrongly attended by most of you. I think the question number 1, what was the question number 1?
So question number 1 was
Correct.
which of the following creates their own food and acts as a producer in the
Yes.
food lab?
Can anyone tell me what is a producer, or which organism acts as a producer in an ecosystem?
So producer is an organism which produces its own food without the help of other organisms.
Right.
It is in the, it always lies at the start of the food chain.
Okay. So what is the most basic requirement for an organism to produce the food? Exactly. Very good. It's chlorophyll. So any organism which has got the chlorophyll can produce the food. So there it's actually the algae that is the producer. Don't worry, we'll be dealing in detail today during the sessions. Okay. Let's move to the next slide. You can go to the near-port session again, boys. So the learning objective of the day is differentiate between cryptogams and phanerogams. Can you all see?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The learning objective of the day is differentiate between cryptogams and phanerogams. Second objective is compare and contrast the features of thallophytes, bryophytes, and pteridophytes. You're going to discuss in detail about the plant classification. I'll give you 30 seconds. You can quickly note down the learning objective of the day.
So 1 second, I need to take the paper.
Yes. You all done it? Okay.
No, sir.
Make it fast. Differentiate between cryptogams and phanerogams. Compare and contrast the features of thallophytes, bryophytes, and pteridophytes. All these are new terms, so boys, don't worry. We will do enough practice so that these terms won't look very difficult for you. All done, boys? Shall I move?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So now you can open the Wakelet session. I have posted the material over there. I have posted in the Google Classroom also. Can anyone
Yes.
click and see whether
Yes,
you are able
sir.
to see the 4 PDFs?
Yes, sir. There are 4
C1, C2,
PDFs.
C3, and C4. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to assign you into the breakout rooms. You're going to discuss in detail about each characteristics of each group, difference between cryptogams and phanerogams, then bryophytes, pteridophytes, and thallophytes. Okay, so breakout room 1 and 2 will discuss the PDF C1. 3 and 4 will discuss C2. 5 and 6 will discuss C3. And 7 and 8 will discuss C4. Is it clear? So
Yes, sir.
go through the content. Go through the contents. If you have any doubts, you can ask for the help. I'll be joining the class in between also. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm assigning you now.
So we just need to discuss, right? Like
Yeah, you
new
need to
tasks.
discuss. The task will be given later only. Okay. All the best. Here the rooms are open for you. Sahil, please join the breakout room. Nihal, Mark. Okay, na? Good morning, sir. I'll assign you into one of the breakout room. Okay. Now I can hear, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
So
Now
I have assigned you to go to breakout room number 3. You got an invitation?
Okay, I'll join there.
Yeah, you
But
join
what is the app you're using today? I just
Nearpod.
Nearpod. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, join the class. Let's see. So boys, the content given to you is Bryophytes, right?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just go through the contents. If you have any doubts, you can ask. The pictures are given for enough explanation. These pictures will clearly tell you what are the points that I have mentioned there. The plant bodies are the thallus or they have leaf-like structures, but they are not true leaves. Okay.
Yes.
And one of you need to
Yes, sir.
explain once we are in the main session.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Yes, what is the topic given to you boys? Differences between cryptogams and phanerogams, right? Are you able to follow what is being given there?
Yes.
Okay, so Harshit will summarize the differences between cryptogams and phanerogams. Okay? All okay, Harshit?
Yes, sir. So,
Are you discussing among yourself or simply just watching or reading the material?
we're discussing also.
Okay, okay, fine.
Okay, so in cryptograms, they are like the primitive types of plants
Yes,
which
exactly.
reproduce by, so they reproduce by forming spores because they do not have the apparatus to form seeds.
Actually,
And
the sex organs are poorly developed in these kind of plants. If you see the thallophytes, Spirogera have given there, even the Markantia, all these organisms, all these plants don't have a well-developed sex organs. So they have primitive mode of sexual reproduction, which is mainly through the spores. Right? Whereas in the case of phanerogams, which include angiosperms and gymnosperms, they have well-developed reproductive structures where they produce seeds. They can be either enclosed within the fruit or not. That's the difference. Okay. Boys, are you able to discuss what was the content given to you? Differences between cryptograms and phanerograms, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Did you start reading it?
Yes,
It's
sir.
not coming.
It's in the
We were trying to
it's
share
posted in the
screen.
Google Classroom also. If you want, you can go there and
First
check.
PDF.
Yes,
It's
sir.
a PDF. You can click the PDF. It should open. It's working for other groups. So from
Yes,
here,
sir.
Akhil, you will just summarize it. Okay, differences between cryptograms and phanerograms.
Yes, sir.
Go through it. If you have any doubts, you can call in between.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So only two of you are here, Satvik and Rishi.
CB was there, then I
Yes,
don't know.
sir.
I think he.
Okay. So are you able to go through the contents?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is the first group of cryptograms, Thallophyta, and you can easily guess what is the meaning of a thallus, why that group of plants are given the name Thallophyta, because I mentioned in point number 2, they have an undifferentiated plant body without any root, stem and leaves. That's why it's called thallus. Go through the contents. If you have any doubts, you can call in between. Okay. So from here, Satvik will summarize during the main session. Okay.
Okay, sir.
How will they call Ritesh? How will they call out?
They
In case they
know.
are down.
Yeah, in the breakout room, there is an option, sir. They can seek for help.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thallophytes?
First. We start from the first.
Okay.
No. Which was
Okay,
the topic
so
given to you?
sir, we finished that, sir.
You
Sir, we
finished
finished it fully.
Pteridophytes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So shall I put in some other room because they need some more boys to help? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
So Thallophytes, who is going to summarize here? Paul is going to summarize.
So
So not Thallophytes,
pteridophytes.
Pteridophytes.
Okay,
Pteridophytes.
Pteridophytes. I'll ask Paul to summarize. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to assign you into different rooms where you can go and discuss.
Okay, sir.
So my laptop had issues. I had to restart.
Okay. You are in which breakout room, CB?
3. Breakout room 3.
Okay. I have assigned. Okay. Yes, you were discussing about which topic? Pteridophytes.
So, yeah.
You are in
Sir,
breakout
I'm
room
just
number-
writing it.
No, you are in breakout room number 7, right?
Yeah.
So 7 and 8 will be pteridophytes. Okay.
Sir, I just wrote it down in the paper itself.
That's fine.
Just wrote it down.
No problem. So you know the characteristic features of pteridophytes, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But sir, here it's written that but xylem without vessels and phloem without
companion cells.
Without
Companion
companion cells. Phloem is without
That's,
companion cells. Okay.
I searched it. Companion cells. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
If you want, you can use more resources. You can browse and find out. Paul, what happened? You're not assigned.
Sir, I didn't get a break. I didn't get a breakout.
I will assign you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Did you get? I have assigned you to breakout room number 1.
Sir, I didn't get it.
It's showing not joined.
It's not showing anything here. Okay.
Boys, you finished discussing bryophytes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what are the characteristics of bryophytes? Why are they called amphibians of the plant kingdom? What is the nature of the plant body? All these points you should keep in mind while explaining the characteristics. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
from here, who is going to, Rakshit will summarize the features of bryophytes, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to close the breakout room in another 1 minute. We'll be in the main session, okay?
Yes, sir.
I hope all of you have discussed the different characteristics of all major groups of plants. We'll wait for others to come back to the main session, then we will summarize the concepts. Okay, so we'll start with Harshit. Harshit. Okay, can you summarize the differences between cryptograms and phanerograms? If you want, you can do screen sharing also, so that everybody can see the notes.
Okay, sir. Sir, but you disabled the screen
Yes,
sharing.
I have enabled it now. I have enabled. You can just check.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So this is the notes you gave.
Yes. That's fine.
So cryptograms are the primitive types of primitive types of plants which do not have a very highly evolved reproduction system. They reproduce through spores, while phanerograms are highly evolved plants which reproduce through seeds. And in cryptograms, their reproductive organs are hidden, and in phanerograms, their reproductive organs are exposed.
Okay.
Some examples of cryptograms are Thaliophyta,
Thaliophyta,
sorry, sir, Bryophyte, and Pteridophyta.
Pteridophyta, yeah.
Which are basically just
Harshit, your voice
towards
is not
your
audible.
laptop.
It's not audible.
So now can you hear me?
Yes.
So these are basically just the primitive types of plants which do not have a developed reproductive system.
Okay. So they all are considered as primitive plants, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now coming to Satvik.
Yes, sir.
Please explain the features of Thaliophyte.
Sir, do I need to share my screen?
Yes, yes. So that everybody can read the contents.
So I got the topic thaliophytes. They are algae. They are found in moisture wet places. So they don't have the vascular tissue or true roots. So they live in these places. The plant body is undifferentiated. A normal plant body, they have different parts like the leaves, the stem, the root, but this doesn't have any of that. So it's called thallus. Hence the name thaliophytes. They are autotrophic in nature, means they make their own food, and their own food is made in the form of starch. They have a cell wall made of cellulose to protect them, just like plants. The sex organs are simple, poorly developed, and there is no embryo formation after fertilization.
So thank you, Satvik. So only in thaliophytes you can see that the sex organs are single-celled. Whereas in the other groups of plants, the sex organs are multicellular. They are able to produce millions of gametes and all. So here the sex organs are poorly developed. They are single-celled. And why are they commonly known as thaliophytes, Rishi? Just now he explained.
Yes,
why are they called thaliophytes? Algae are called thaliophytes.
So they are called thaliophytes or thallus because so normally a plant body has all differentiated parts like the root, stem, and the other parts.
Yes,
but so
the three basic parts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But this plant body doesn't have any of this, and it is like undifferentiated body.
Okay.
A body as a whole. That's right.
Okay. So Yatharth, why are these thaliophytes predominantly found in aquatic environment? Wet or moist
Sir,
places?
Sir, they do not have true roots or the vascular bundles, and
Okay.
so they cannot. The water and food cannot travel like properly,
Okay.
and so that's why they have to live in moist areas. So the water can easily be diffused through osmosis. It can come into the different
Okay,
bodies,
very good.
the
So
different plant
they
parts.
they always need to be in a wet environment, in touch with water, so that water can easily diffuse into the plant. Aaron is here. Aaron is not joined. I saw him earlier. Okay, now let's move to Rakshit. Can you summarize the features of bryophytes?
Yes, sir. 1 second. Let me share
Yes,
screen.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So bryophytes are the division of green plants. They do not. They are non-vascular ones.
Okay.
Sir,
What does it mean, non-vascular ones?
sir, it does not have different parts like stem and all.
No, that is
It has
Talophyte.
root-like
1
structures
minute.
and all.
Rakshit, just 1 minute. Can anyone tell me what does the
Sir.
word non-vascular mean? Yes, Parthiv?
Sir,
Yes,
non-vascular tissue means they don't have xylem and phloem.
Okay, fine. That's fine. Rakshit, continue.
Okay. Yes, sir. They are known as amphibians of the plant kingdom. They require water to complete the life cycle.
Okay.
Sir, their body is thyroid, or they have
Thyroid. The plant body is thyroid. Thyroid.
Thyroid, or they have differentiated. They are differentiated into root-like, stem-like, and leaf-like structures.
Okay.
Sir, the reproductive organs in bryophytes are multicellular and jacketed.
Okay.
And sir, I did some extra research.
Okay.
There are
What
three
was it?
types of bryophytes, which are liverworts, mosses, and hornworts.
Hornworts. Very good. Now, what I
And
have shown.
they can,
Yes. Yes, Rakshit,
sir,
continue.
and they can live in places which other plants can't. For example, on high surfaces and on the surface of rocks.
Exactly. They can live even in very high altitudes. Now, as you rightly pointed out, they are of three types: liverworts, mosses, and hornworts. The pictures I have shown here is actually liver. The first one, Rixia, which is thyroid plant body, that is an example for a liverwort. The word liverwort basically means it has the shape of the liver. That means the human liver, you must have seen the shape, right? So they are
Yes, sir.
flat. The plant body is thyroid. Then the mosses, if you see the funaria plant, which again I have shown there, point number 4, if you read, the plant body is either thyroid or differentiated into root-like, stem-like, and leaf-like. So they are not actually the true roots. It is just like a leaf. It is just like a leaf structure. There is no vascular tissue. Whereas in the case of normal leaf, we can see the vascular tissues and differentiated organ tissues and all. Here it's just made up of parenchyma tissue without any vascular bundles. That's why we prefer to use the terms root-like, stem-like, and leaf-like structures. They are not true roots. And they are rightly known as amphibians of the plant kingdom because they require water to complete the life cycle. Did anyone research and find out why water is required to complete the life cycle? Try to explore more later, okay? Now, moving to the last part.
So to disperse the spores or seeds.
Exactly, to disperse the sperms, to release the gametes into the surrounding medium, and the gametes need a water medium to float and reach the female reproductive system for sexual reproduction process. You're right, Joel. Now, Paul, can you summarize the features of pteridophytes?
Yes, sir. So pteridophytes are the first true land plants and have differentiated plant body. Like they have a proper root, stem, leaves, and the other parts of a plant.
Right.
They have vascular tissues. That is, they have xylem and phloem.
Right. Very good.
They are seedless, means they reproduce through spores.
Okay.
And the spores are formed in the sporangium.
Hmm.
And their reproductive organs are multicellular and jacketed.
Okay.
Sir, can I add?
Yes, Parthiv, you have something else?
Sir, yeah, it's the same point that they're seedless and produce through spores. That's what they call they're cryptograms. And sir, the jacketed, that means it's a central support structure in the plants, which acts as a protective jacket.
Okay, that's great. So we have seen the different features of cryptogams and phanerogams, thallophytes, bryophytes, and pteridophytes. Now, what is the basic difference between a thallophyte and a pteridophyte? Anirudh, tell me one difference between a thallophyte and pteridophyte. Anirudh, can you hear me?
So yes, sir.
Okay, tell me one difference between a thallophyte and pteridophyte.
So thallophyte and pteridophyte.
Think about the plant body, okay? I'll give you a clue. Think about the plant body and try to differentiate.
So it has no root, stem, and leaves.
Which one do not have root, stem, and leaves?
So thallophytes.
Very good.
So then pteridophytes, right? You asked.
Yes, pteridophytes.
So pteridophytes, they have they have a differentiated plant body with leaves, stem, and root.
Very good. They have differentiated plant body with root, stem, and leaves. Now, boys, again, you can move to the neopod session. There is another interesting task for you. It's an open-ended question. You have 2 minutes time. Why do you think pteridophytes are advanced compared to other cryptogams? You can type your answer. At least one feature which you feel that pteridophytes have when compared to other cryptogams, which makes them an advanced group. You can type your answer. Let me see who is going to give me the answer first.
So it's fine if you just write in one sentence.
Yes, one sentence is enough. I don't want elaborate answers.
Sir, between thallophytes and pteridophytes, there's one more difference. The vascular tissues.
We'll come to that point. Okay, that's correct. We'll come to that point during the discussion time. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I can see.
Sir, I wrote the answer.
Yes, I can. You have 30 seconds more to complete the task. Good. Ten seconds. Time up now, boys. I can see most of you have given the answers. Some of you have mentioned the role of vascular tissues. Some of you mentioned about the differentiated plant body. Very good. Thank you so much. Now you can go to the Google Classroom, boys. I have posted a link there for the learning apps. You need to do it as an activity and turn in your assignment. Can you all check your Google Classroom?
Yes, sir, I got.
Did you all
So
get
for
it?
this, so for this question, can the answer also be like the dispersed seeds?
Yeah, they produce the seeds which can be dispersed. No, pteridophytes do not have seeds. They have only the spores, right?
Yes,
but
sir.
as you rightly pointed out, the spores can be dispersed to larger distances also. That is one of the reasons why they are able to colonize other areas and establish themselves. Okay. Now you can go there, go to the Google Classroom, click the learning apps link, do the task and turn in your assignment.
Sir, I finished.
Yes, sir.
So fast.
Almost. It's almost. So we just need to take a screenshot, right?
Yeah, you need to take the screenshot and send it to me in the GCR.
Sir, I'm going to get my phone.
Yes. I can see 2 of you have turned in the assignment.
Sir, I also don't.
Sir, so it means that all of these together are called as cryptograms.
Cryptograms. The entire topic we are dealing with the cryptograms today. We have not touched the phanerogams. Bryophytes, pteridophytes, and thallophytes are collectively known as cryptogams because they have poorly developed the reproductive organs and they mostly reproduce through the spores. Clear? Let me see how many of you turned in.
Sir, I got all correct.
All correct? Who is that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, even me.
Even Paul has
Sir,
done a
even
good job. Let me see how many of the points are correct for him. Paul, it's very good. All correct. You can see here amphibians, bryophytes, pteridophytes, and thallophytes. Good. Six of you have done it.
So I have turned it.
9 I got. Good, good. 11.
Sir, I just turned in.
Turned it.
Sir, turned it.
Turned in, sir.
You can see here 11 of you have turned in now, waiting for others to complete the task.
Sir, I turned it.
17, very good.
Sir, even I.
No, but thallophytes live in moist and damp places, right? So,
Yes.
but then when I put this, like it's wrong, and then it's bryophytes.
Thallophytes are completely in water. They prefer to live in an aquatic medium because they don't have the vascular tissue, so they always need to be, the entire body need to be in constant touch with water. Whereas bryophytes prefer to live in moist and damp places, and that's why we call them as, what was the other name for bryophytes?
Amphibians of the
Amphibians of the plant kingdom, because they prefer to live in moist areas because water is required for
Yes, sir.
completing the life cycle. Done?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I can see 19 of you have turned in. Good. Okay, those who have completed it, we'll proceed in the near Perth session again. Can you see a picture of sphagnum moss there?
Yes, sir.
I'm very sure some of you must have seen the dried form of it, because that is commonly used as a packing material for fresh cut flowers, seeds and all. So it is available in the market as dried moss, which can be used for packing materials, especially for seed germination and all. We usually use this dried sphagnum moss. What could be the reason? Can anyone tell me why we prefer to use this sphagnum moss?
Sir, because it's porous and all.
It's
And it has
porous.
nutrient. So it has nutrients because it's a dead material.
It's a dead material, I do agree, but it's not porous. It's not that it has nutrients. What could be the other advantage?
It's capable of holding water or something.
Who gave me the answer?
Sir Rakshit.
Rakshit,
It's absorbent.
very good. It's basically a good water absorbent. So the dried peat moss can hold a large amount of water so that it provides a moist medium, so that even when the cut flowers and all are packed in this sphagnum moss, it won't get dried faster. It remains fresh for a longer period of time.
Like 3 points are written below the sphagnum moss. So it
Yes.
helps retain. So there's 3 options.
Helps to retain water and nutrients in pots and baskets. Ideal lining for hanging baskets and potted plants. Expands up to 10 liters. I hope you have completed the learning task by this time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You can see 22 have turned in the work.
So the one which just came is the same one, right? Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, now let's quickly summarize the topic of the day. We'll start with Aditya. Tell me the differences between cryptogams and phanerogams.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, Aditya, you are audible.
Yes, so can you just repeat?
Tell me the difference between cryptogams and phanerogams.
1 second, sir.
You need not open the document and read the answer.
No, sir, I'm not.
Okay, fine.
I have a doubt on that.
Yes. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll ask Rakshit to summarize
Second.
Between, then we'll move to Aditya. Okay, Rakshit, please.
Yes, sir. Cryptogams and phanerogams, right?
Yes.
Sir, cryptogams include plants like bryophytes, pteridophytes, and thaliophytes.
Oh, thaliophytes.
Thaliophytes, yeah, thaliophytes. And sir, cryptograms reproduce through spores.
Okay.
And phanerograms reproduce through seeds.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay.
and their cryptogams
one
reproductive organs are hidden.
Okay.
And phanerograms reproductive organs are exposed.
Okay, thank you. Now, Shirshak, tell me which are the 2 groups of phanerogam plants.
So can I say something?
Wait.
Gymnosperms.
Okay.
And
Gymnosperms and the flowering plants are otherwise known as
angiosperms.
Angiosperms. Okay, fine. Akhil, tell me the features of thaliophytes.
So can I?
Wait. Let me give a chance to Akhil.
Okay. So basically, like thaliophytes are they are cryptograms.
Okay.
And they are usually like found in moist and wet places.
Okay.
And they are plant bodies not differentiated, and it's not differentiated, so it's called thallus.
Okay, good.
And then they are autotrophic in nature, and reserve food is starch.
Okay.
They
What
have
about the
cell
nature
wall-
of sex organs?
So they are poorly developed and they are single-celled.
Okay, thank you, Akhil. Sibi, can you tell me the features of bryophytes?
So it doesn't have a true vascular tissue.
Okay.
They're known as amphibians of plant kingdom because
Okay.
they need water to complete the life cycle.
Okay.
They are differentiated into root-like, stem-like, and leaf-like structures.
Okay.
And multicellular and jacketed, the sex organs.
The sex organs are multicellular and jacketed.
Jacketed.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Nadeem?
Is it cryptogam or crypto?
It is cryptogam, not gram. Okay. It is cryptogams and phanerogams, not gram. Okay. Nadeem,
Yes, sir.
summarize the features of pteridophytes.
Pteridophytes are.
So can I, sir?
Wait,
I'm
wait.
not
Sir, can I?
sure.
Okay.
Sir, can,
So can I do
Sir,
that?
can I do Talophytes?
Wait. I'll give to Aditya, then come back to Nadim again. Okay, Aditya, please. Aditya,
Aditya, you're muted.
you're muted, Aditya.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Pteridophytes are the first true land plants, but they're differentiated from the rest all plant body. They have vascular tissues are present, but their xylem do not have vessels, and they phloem without companion cells.
Okay.
They are seedless, and they produce through spores, and their spore-generating organ are structures known as sporangium.
Okay.
And their sex organs are multicellular mainly and are jacketed.
Okay, sex organs are multicellular and jacketed. Okay, so boys, there is one task for you all to explore. Once your review assessment's over, you need to make a Venn diagram comparing any two plant groups. You can select either bryophytes and pteridophytes, or you can select pteridophytes and thallophytes and create a Venn diagram and keep it ready for uploading it by next class. I hope by this Thursday your review assessments will be over, so I'm not going to give you any assignment or homework for the time being. Once it's over the weekend, you need to complete this Venn diagram and then submit it. Done?
So can you do difference between cryptograms and
It's up to you. You can select any two plant groups and do the Venn diagram. I'm not restricting it to these groups. Even you can select cryptogams and phanerogams. Angiosperms we are not touched, so that we will do it in the next class only. Right?
So in pteridophytes, the reproductive organs are multicellular and jacketed. So what does jacketed mean?
They are protected. They are protected by 2 to 3 layers of cells, special type of cells. Okay.
Support structure.
Even support structure is there. Those are opting botany in higher grades. In future, you may learn more about pteridophytes and all. There is lot interesting things about pteridophytes and all. And one group of pteridophytes are the ferns, which we usually use as ornamental plants in our houses. They are evergreen plants. They remain fresh for a longer period of time. And if you see any cut flower shops, the bouquet and all, they have a lot of that fern leaves which are attached, because that can remain fresh for a longer period of time. Okay, boys, let's see how many of you are able to grasp the content of the day. You can go to the quizzes and then log in, and I'm going to share the game code now.
Okay, sir.
You can log in using the game code which I have shown here. You can see 14 of them have joined. Ezan, what's there? All okay?
So I joined.
Joined? Okay. I can see 26. All joined, boys? Okay. I'm going to start the session. I can see 27, 28.
Called one Ahmed.
Only Aaron is absent today, right?
Yes, sir. Only Aaron.
So I need at least 30 participants here.
So now you can start.
Okay, I'm starting the game.
Sir, I'm done.
Yes, yes. I'm waiting for others to complete.
Sir, even I'm done.
Okay, you can see the result. Rakshit comes first, second goes to Harshit, and third go to Azan. Good job, boys. Now let's quickly analyze where you people went wrong in the question.
I thought phone. I put phone in the wrong place.
Okay, that could be the reason, right? We'll just see
Yes, sir.
which question was the most difficult one for you.
So it was easy, but
It was easy, right? Only the first question was 19 of you made it correct, 10 of you incorrect. Which of the following is a feature of thalassite? The right answer is
no vascular system.
no vascular system. Second one was which group of plants are known as amphibians? Most of you made it correct.
Bryophytes.
Okay, and then identify the group to which the plant belongs. Okay, again,
Pteridophyte.
because the
Pteridophyte.
diagram shown here was that of a fern. And
Yes, sir,
fourth
I
one,
know.
which of the following is not a feature of bryophyte?
Reproductive organs are
Reproductive
single
organs
cell.
are
Single cell.
Yeah, they are multicellular. Single-celled
Multicellular.
reproductive organs are found in thallophytes.
Talophytes.
And last one was which of the following doesn't belong to
Angiosperms.
angiosperms? Right. Okay. So boys, that's the end of the class today. We will meet you in the next session. I hope you all enjoyed. All the very best for your today's review assessment. Okay. Any doubts you have related to the class today?
No, sir.
No, sir.
I hope you all done your biology review assessment very well, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We wrote it.
Okay.
The easiest in the paper was bio.
Okay, I'm waiting for you for the correction part so that I can return the paper.
Physics.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
So some work for the next class. You need to keep that Venn diagram ready. Once your review assessments are over, keep the Venn
So
diagram.
we have to do it from
So
home
next
or in the
class, like,
class.
when is it, sir?
Next bio
So
class,
what
I
Venn
think it
diagram,
comes
sir?
in Thursday, right? You can create a Venn diagram based on any two topics. That
Thursday.
means
So
select
from home or in school?
No, you keep everything ready. We will do it in class only. Okay.
Can we do digitally?
So
Digitally
what
also
topic,
you
sir?
can do.
Thank
You
you
can
so much.
you can select any two topics, either pteridophytes or bryophytes, thallophytes or bryophytes, any two topics, and keep the material ready. But we will do it online in the class. Okay.
Okay.
So have
So
a
it
have
will
a
be
good
next week. Okay.
next bio
Sir.
class only, not today. Okay. Have a good day, boys. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
You too. Good
Thank
day.
you, sir.
Thank you, Ratish, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you so much.
Bye, bye,
It was-
bye, sir.
Thank you,
Bye
sir.
bye.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir,
sir.
and thank you, children.
Thank you, boys. Thank you, Rakesh, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ratish.
Thank you, sir.
Very well implemented, and I hope it will be of much use to us, and you inspired us.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
This Venn diagrams are this Thursday or like on the
Thursday,
weekends you have to do?
coming Thursday. Okay.
Thank you, Rakesh, sir.
Welcome, ma'am.